Okay, we are rolling. TikTok affiliates, TikTok creators. You would better be listening up to this video because let me hold you by the hand when I say this. If I was starting from zero as a TikTok shop affiliate and I were to crack a 2K GMV month, I would launch a brand the month after if I was starting from zero. Why do I say that? TikTok shop affiliate is a stepping stone. It is not an endpoint for 99.9% of creators. Now, if you're here from my TikTok or my emails or from YouTube, you've probably heard about making money with TikTok. Maybe you're a TikTok shop affiliate yourself. You've looked into the business model of TikTok and you can see it's almost foolproof, okay? It gives you a direct line of access to marketing, and you are generating a massive amount of videos daily so that you can go viral, promote that product, and it almost seems foolproof until you really get into the deep end of this game and you see what it takes to be a vigilant long-term creator. Now, what I mean by that is I've got nothing but respect for TikTok shop creators, but there's one key thing they don't understand that is going to be the topic of this whole video. Because people think that TikTok shop affiliate has 100% profit margins because you don't need to put any money down to be a creator, right? Unless you're buying an account. They think that it's a foolproof business model, and it almost is, except what's the old saying? If you don't pay for it, you are the product. And that's exactly the same situation with TikTok affiliates. We have been, should I say, not scammed, but led to believe that this is the perfect business model if you're okay showing your face on video, okay? It's not, because we are a tool for other brands. We are being used by other brands. And it's under the guise of TikTok affiliates coming out better on the other side, but that's not the case. Okay? I've been in the situation where you are as someone who has generated millions and millions of views by now as a TikTok shop affiliate. I've been where you are. I know what it's like to check your dashboard. I know what it's like to think about which products to choose to promote this month, okay? I know what it's like to spend time looking at Callow data and Social One and all those endless hours that you have to spend snipping up your clip in CapCut to remove the pauses, okay? Switching scenes, using sticky notes to make all kinds of crazy hooks. I've been there, okay? And it gets tiring. It gets tiring because when you're putting in the effort and you're building an empire, nobody gives you enough credit, not even TikTok, because a percentage commission isn't good enough anymore. That's not going to cut the mustard. Now, brands are waking up to this and trying to introduce things like GMV rewards, right? Retainers, partnering you with agencies. But that isn't progress. That is, to me, usually a sign of desperation, because creators are waking up to knowing their value and agencies are recognizing this as well. So they are trying to onboard the best creators in whatever way as quickly as possible, especially as more and more creators are coming onto the app as TikTok affiliates, because every day people seem to be exposed to this opportunity that we've known about since 2023, right? It's still a massive surprise to some people that you can even do TikTok shop affiliate. But I still want you to see this as a stepping stone. And the reason I say I want you to see it as a stepping stone isn't because I'm an agency. I don't want to recruit you as a creator for my brands. I want you to be in my position and look at my position where you launch your own brand. That's what I've done. My name is James. I am an ex-TikTok shop affiliate, and now I promote my own brand. And when I say that to creators, a lot of people say, oh my God, that sounds complex and expensive and like a headache. And there must be so many moving parts, and you have to spend hours a day looking at TikTok Shop's dashboard, and you have to build relationships with suppliers and blah. And whatever fear comes to mind, let me know actually, what fear comes to mind for you when I say that to you, that you could become a brand owner? There are all these limiting beliefs that creators hold. And when you have a limiting belief, it limits your potential. I'm saying that from the bottom of my heart, because when brands or agency owners pitched me a couple of years ago when I was an affiliate, and they said to me they want to give me these big deals, I was thinking, hang on, if you're going to pay me $500 a month, $500 to $1,000 a month, whatever, and you want me to make videos and you're also going to give me a commission, how much are the brands making? And we see the numbers, right? We see as creators, we see the GMV, but it almost seems like a fictional number. We can't wrap our heads around the fact that people are generating $78,000 a day. Okay, and taking home $7,800 if you're an affiliate, and that's great, but that's only if you're in the top tier of being a creator, okay? Because I've seen a lot of creators come and go on this platform, and some of them are really good, and you only pay attention to the top ones on this platform, okay? I'm talking the Sydneys, the Patricks, the Cali Muscles, right? All these folks in the beauty niche, the fashion niche, the tech niche, the supplement niche, they're all crushing it. And it feels like you're so close. It feels like if you just copy their video, you'll wake up and you'll see your dashboard and you'll make 2K today. I'm sorry to say that there are a lot of moving parts that you're missing out on. And the reason I say that is because those people already have massive amounts of ad spend behind their videos. They have brand deals. Maybe they've been in social media marketing for over 10 years, okay? And those people often also have businesses, by the way. So the top TikTok Shop affiliates that you see, they've already got an agency. They are already launching brands. They already have a business that they're working on, maybe on Shopify or something. And they are just using TikTok Shop affiliates to add to their personal brand. So let me just give you fair warning. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors in this game. And TikTok is still the Wild West. Let's be honest. The things that you can do with this platform and the things that people get away with is absolutely insane. And it's often a pump and dump with a lot of creators. They go all in for a couple of months, they smash it, or they quit. Or maybe they smash it for a couple of months and then they completely fall off. There's things that can happen to the platform which is outside of the creator's control. Something that comes to mind is Christo, okay? So he's been crushing it for the last couple of months, and then all of a sudden his account got hit with a ban. Not because of the fault of a witch hunt, by the way. That wasn't because of affiliates. That was because of apparently unoriginal content, because he would use the same background over and over and over. But my point is, as a brand owner, you have equity, freedom, stability, and peace, basically. And even some of the best TikTok Shop affiliates do not have peace, because they are forcing themselves to yap away for 8 hours a day on a live stream, or they're always thinking about the next best thing for their videos. I'm here to say that doesn't have to be the case if you already have 4-figure months in terms of GMV, okay? That's right. If you're doing consistent 2K a month GMV, then I've got enough faith in you to believe that you would be a very successful brand owner. Because with a little bit of extra support, possibly, you would be able to turn that 2K GMV into a 6K GMV. And not only that, you would pocket the profits for yourself instead of taking a commission. So there's a few things that I want to go through on this video, because it's very important that you take away some value from this call. You get to know myself a bit better, because the reason I say that is everyone who comes to me through my emails, through my TikTok, I want them to feel like they know me. There's lots of reasons why I want you to feel like you know me, obviously. But I don't just want to be a random stick in the mud. I don't just want to be just some guy that pops up in your For You page. Because if you only take away something from YouTube or TikTok this year, let it be that e-commerce doesn't have to be incredibly complex, and it can change your life. Okay, I know you've heard before all these different business models. You've heard about dropshipping and certain branches of e-commerce that seem shady. TikTok Shop is still the Wild West, but if you know the game, you can use it to your advantage massively. And that's what I'm going to help you do. So, with that said, I would definitely say that there is a harsh truth, and you're doing the hardest part as a creator. You already have the confidence, the audience, the traffic, you know how to garner attention. You already know these things. And still, you don't feel valued enough. You don't feel valued enough by the brands you've generated sales for. Let me ask you, have they ever actually DM'd you to say thank you for their sales? I didn't get DMs. I don't know about you guys. Maybe you built a great relationship for them, but when I cracked a 10K day for a top brand that I worked with, I didn't get a single DM. Okay? I was generating crazy revenue for 3 brands for a good while. I didn't get a single DM. They might have reached out to me in the affiliate dashboard with some bot message talking about a retainer, but there was no serious personal relationship built there. They could have reached out to me on Twitter or LinkedIn, anywhere. They could have found me quite easily, but they didn't. And that goes to show, to be honest, that many brand owners don't truly appreciate their affiliates. Even if you generate a few $100s for a brand, it wouldn't hurt for them to reach out and thank you for it, would it? Do you feel appreciated on this platform? I didn't half of the time. That's why I go to the effort of appreciating my affiliates if they do well. Even if they don't do well, we've built a community where we can say to them, guys, you're doing great this week. You're staying focused. You're sticking to the plan. You're going to go far. Even just something like that. That's what we do as a brand, okay? But most creators don't feel that sense of appreciation. And that's probably one of the reasons why they quit, to be honest. Because if you don't feel valued, even if you're not making money or if you are making money, if you don't feel valued, you'll quit very fast in this game. That's probably one of the best reasons why you should have a community or an army. Someone who is guiding you or encouraging you, people who you can rely on. Because this game is lonely, okay? I know it's just me talking to a camera currently, and this is the exact same spot that generated $50,000, by the way. I was sat here when I generated 1 million views for a protein bar video, when I was talking about an NAD booster. All these products that I've generated sales for, both for myself and for other brands, and I'm telling you, it can get lonely. So if you don't have someone who's got your back, whether you're a seller or you're an affiliate, it can be a lonely game on TikTok. It's funny because it's social media, but it's never been so antisocial, to be honest, because it feels like a one-way screen most of the time. Even the best affiliates that you see on your page, you know that it's fake, you know that it's acting, okay? You know that a lot of the products on this platform probably don't have they don't have as much value as they say they do, right? There is a lot of smoke and mirrors, and that's why I'm giving you this opportunity to get out and build an asset and get away from the people who will just manipulate the algorithm, tell fake stories, because those are the people you're up against if you're an affiliate. The people who are cutthroat, and they will post 20 to 30 times a day, and they don't care what they say as long as they make sales. Those are the kinds of people that you're up against as an affiliate, and your integrity can seriously come into question eventually, and it eats at your soul. I felt it, okay? I felt that. But as a brand owner, you have direction on your brand. Whether you put out a message filled with integrity or not, that's up to you. But as an affiliate, you don't have that freedom. And another great thing about being a brand owner, just on that, is that you get to choose the product. Okay, if you find a winning product, you're in control of that product, and it's up to you to make sales, and those sales that you make are for yourself. As an affiliate, you're hopping on these trending products, man, you don't know what's going to happen next week with these products. You don't know if they will actually work for you, if they feel authentic. But when you're a brand owner, you find your story, you find your passion, what's authentic to you. I was having a chat this week with a lady, I should say. Her name's Erin, okay? And she's been engaged with my Discord for a while. She's been watching my TikToks, and she said something that stuck out to me. She doesn't just want to launch a profitable brand. Anyone can sell stuff on TikTok. She wants to build something that's close to her heart and she looks back on as something that's fulfilling. And that's fantastic. Now, the thing is, you can't do that as an affiliate, okay? Well, you can. You can promote products that feel authentic to you, that you believe in, but it's not actually your product, is it? It's not really your product anyway. So you can't really say that promoting snail mucus syrup or whatever for your skin feels authentic if you're promoting it for another brand. If it was your label on there, that would feel pretty good, wouldn't it? So just a little story there about how even if you want to launch your own brand and you don't want a quick cash grab, you can build something that feeds your soul. That's what I've done with my brand, okay? That's what I'm doing with the Viral Circle. This feeds my soul, what I'm sharing with you, okay? It doesn't take from me, it gives to me. So there's something else that I wanted to share about the daily pains of being an affiliate. I touched on this earlier about snipping up videos in CapCut, which drains you. Did you know it got to the point where I was hiring an editor just for $2 or $3 an hour to snip up my videos for me because I was posting about 10 to 20 times a day, right, to do those 6K GMV days. And it was just eating at me, so I just paid someone else to snip up my videos. And I felt like I was scaling, but I wasn't, because that just meant I had to put in more time to make even more videos while he was editing the videos. So I wasn't actually scaling, I was just spending more time overall. And the thing is, when you spend just more time filming, even if you're not editing, right? Even if you're just spending more time filming instead of editing, that is still effort and energy that is sapping your soul as you sit in front of a camera, thinking of your hook, holding up the camera. Maybe you're doing a second script method, like you're chopping a banana or something. Maybe you have to do some research, like find a YouTube clip for a celebrity testimonial. All this stuff that requires so much effort. Effort that could be better spent on scaling your own business. Now, it wouldn't be so bad if you were posting for yourself, would it? Imagine if you were uploading a video and you knew that whatever sales come from that would be money in your pocket. It completely changes the game when you're posting. When you hold up your own product and you think, wow, this is mine and I'm going to sell it, it's a completely different feeling. And that is just something else that feeds your soul. Whereas as an affiliate, even if you're in a top affiliate, okay, it gets to the point where you can start to feel like a sellout. And I'm not speaking for you when I say that, okay? Maybe you don't feel like a sellout. But from the conversations that I've had with affiliates, I'm saying that they know that the things that they have to say, the things that they have to talk about and show, they are starting to feel like a sellout. They don't like what they're saying. They don't like what they're doing. So if you feel stuck in limbo between freedom and failure, just know that that's normal, but it's only normal for an affiliate. Because if you don't have a clear path as an affiliate, then that's normal as well, because there isn't a clear path for an affiliate. The only way out as an affiliate, even at the top guys who are being offered brand deals, like I say, the Sydneys and the people who are going to be recruited by agencies, all they're going to do one day is partner with the agency that gives them a brand deal, and then they'll get into brand partnerships, they'll manage creators, and before they know it, they'll be working a 9 to 5. Maybe it'll be very good money, but still they'll be working a 9 to 5 with a TikTok shop agency at the end of the day. And one day they'll wake up and think, my God, one day I was an affiliate, then I got put on a retainer, the next minute I know I'm managing other creators. What am I building for myself? That's what those people are going to wake up to one day, unfortunately. Because that is what TikTok and agencies want you to do. They want to recruit your talent as a creator so that they can use you for your content because you're capable of selling on camera. And then they want you to recruit other people to do the exact same thing. It's one big, I'm not going to say pyramid scheme. I have to be careful what I say here because we're TikTok shop partners and we can't be seen dissing TikTok too much. This is just the game. And I'm not saying that it's a bad game or a game that shouldn't happen, okay? It's a completely fair game. It makes sense as a business model, okay? But it only makes sense as a business model for the benefit of TikTok and agencies. This business model does not make sense for you as a creator. If you are sitting in front of a camera selling a product, then just know that even if you make money, that is not a business model that necessarily makes financial sense for you or adds to your purpose in the long run, okay? There's something else I want to talk about There's this specific affiliate mindset that keeps you stuck. But when people say it's safer to just promote what already works, they say, I'm not ready to start a brand yet. I'm just looking at my laptop, by the way, in case you're wondering why I'm looking over here. People say, what if I launch and it flops? People also say, I don't want to deal with logistics. The thing is, you are already validating offers daily. You are already promoting that viral product. All you have to do is identify why that product went viral, why that product is different, and apply it to your own product. I'm not saying it's easy, but it is simple. Because once you understand the marketing and once you understand the products and the kind of products that you are able to promote in your niche, you'll be away, guys, because I'm telling you, even if your product had 1/3 the success of Dr. Malaxin or Goalie Gummies or whatever, or 1/4 of the success or 1/12 of the success, the profits that you would gain from building that brand would sort you out financially forever. Okay? Think about when TikTok Shop launched and how far you've come as a creator. When was it launched? 2023? Think about how much money you've generated since then, since 2023. I don't know who I'm speaking to. Could it be $2,000, $10,000, $200,000, $2 million, $20 million? I don't know. I could be speaking to a good creator, a new creator, an agency, or a brand right now. I'm not entirely sure. Think about how far you've come in the last, 2.5, 3 years? And you think you can't do the same all over again for your own brand? You would be surprised. Look, I'll be frank with you here. I'm a good creator. I've generated millions of views a month. I've shared this all on my free guide. I'm very open about which profiles I've posted on and which products have gone viral and which videos have gone viral. But I have got nothing on some of the creators that get in touch with me. I am nowhere near as good as some of the creators that get in touch with me, okay? And I've still escaped, quote unquote. I've still got out of the TikTok affiliate rat race. And that is what comes from the power of asset management, asset ownership. Something that I can scale on Amazon, Shopify, Pinterest, and Etsy, and eBay, or whatever. Okay? Even though I'm not the best creator, because I have the power of scalability and ownership, my margins they just outpace, they go above and beyond most affiliates. Because I'm working on 70% profit margins and you're working on 20% commission. On a good day, right, it's more like 10 to 15%, assuming that GMV Max ads doesn't stiff you as well, okay, right? So even on that basis, I am outpacing most good creators who have generated significantly more GMV than me. That's crazy, really, isn't it, when you think about it? So it's not necessarily safer to promote what already works because other people are promoting what already works and every product has a life cycle. Okay? The products that you see working, they will likely always be here on TikTok Shop. The Goalie Gummies, okay? The 14-day cleanses, the certain makeup and beauty brands, they will always be here selling on TikTok Shop, okay? And they will always go viral, but that doesn't mean that you have to always be selling them, because if they're always selling and you just say, well, I'm just going to promote what works, that means you will always be promoting TikTok Shop videos. Do you see the trap that you're in? By saying, that is a logical conclusion to make. If you say, I'm just going to promote what works and something is already working, that means that you will always be working. Do you see? Think about how much money you have to make to consider yourself financially free and wealthy. People pull this number out of the air as a creator. They always say 10K a month. Everyone wants to make 10K a month, right? 10K a month, 10K a month, 10K a month. So that's $120,000 a year. So realistically, you're going to have to consistently generate at least $100,000 a month to hit that 10K a month mark consistently, right? Ideally, it should be more. For just as some leeway, just to account for the little percentage that GMV Max takes away from you. $100,000 in sales every single month. Let that sink in. There are not many creators on this platform relative to the audience, how many people use TikTok, that consistently generate $100,000 every single month. And let me tell you, if you can do that, even if you want to make 10K a month as a TikTok shop affiliate, then more power to you, go for it. But at the point that you are capable of generating $100,000 in sales every month, it begs the question, why do you not think that you can't just sell some of your own products if you're that good at marketing? Because that is the point that you're going to, by your own admission, if you want to be financially free with TikTok shop affiliates, by your own admission, you are going to have to generate at least $100,000 a month, okay? If you want to hit that 10K a month mark. And you doubt that you can't sell 20K worth of products for yourself, for your own brand, applying the marketing skill that you already have, I would be willing to wager that most people who hit that 100K mark are being massively supported by agencies, ad spend, and they have been long in the game of social media anyway, okay? If you're watching this video and you don't have years of experience in social media, but you've already generated money with TikTok shop affiliate, then take this as your sign to consider, who am I doing this for, really? Am I doing this for myself? What would my future self say to me right now? Would they say to me, carry on with the path that I'm on? Keep picking up your phone. Keep posting. Oh, just keep posting. Or would they say, you should consider building something for yourself? I would be willing to wager to say that your future self would say to you that you should build something for yourself. Anything. Anything. Doesn't matter if it's a print-on-demand business. It doesn't matter if you only get a few sales a day. Anything. You should break through the mental barrier that you are incapable of selling something for yourself. Because when you say, I can only promote winning products, I can only promote a product that is already selling, well, that goes for any product. Because once upon a time, every product started from zero. Dr. Malaxin started from zero. Body-wise, Shilajit gummies started from zero. What else is there that's always selling well? Catacol NAD. They started from zero one day. It only took one person to say, look, I'm going to send this brand. I'm going to sell this, okay? This product is going to sell. Once upon a time, there was a Spider-Man Crocs listing that started from zero. And someone said, this product is going to sell, and I'm going to find a way to sell it. If in doubt, choose a product that isn't that bloody technical to sell, by the way. A lot of folks, they think about, just a little tangent here, they think too much about the product. They don't think enough about their skills. What makes you different as a creator? Because everyone has their own skill as a creator, as a TikTok shop affiliate, okay? For me, it's conspiracies. I'm really good at conspiracy-style videos. I'm not the guy to ask about live streams, okay? I know technically how to run them. I know why they sell. I know what makes a good high-selling live stream, right? Urgency, talking strictly about the benefits. If you just don't stop talking, these things work as a TikTok shop affiliate on a live stream, right? But I've never run a profitable live stream. So my strength is conspiracy videos, skits, and reaction-style content. It is not get ready with me content, live streams, and bottom of funnel, okay? I've never had any joy with them, even when I went all in on them. So you need to double down on your strength. You need to understand what sells in your niche. And if your 60-day GMV is based on, I don't know, magnesium gummies, then start a brand around a sleep gummy, because that has very similar marketing, and go all in on it. Because guys, this opportunity isn't going to be around forever. More and more creators are going to be lapped up by agencies, and you could be left behind eventually, because as more platforms with more ad spend and more budgets flood this platform, as they will, okay, and the consumer has more and more choice, I do not want to see skilled creators get left behind. It's not fair, especially when they tell themselves, or they are told by brand owners, that being a seller is way too complex. I'm here to say, as someone who's done it himself and helped other people to do it, it's not too complex, okay? Of course, it requires some perspicacity and some application, and you need to learn the ins and outs. Absolutely, of course. But that doesn't mean that it's some kind of mega brain business model, okay? This isn't trading. There's no maths in this. This isn't cryptocurrency. Okay, it's just e-commerce. And if you can understand an affiliate dashboard, then I'm pretty sure you can understand how to fulfill items to send to your customer, as a TikTok shop seller. Okay? So you are ready to start a brand because you are capable of marketing. You are capable of marketing products that you're already good at selling. You are ready to start a brand because you've proven to yourself that you can generate sales. And by the way, when you start generating sales, your company immediately has value. So if you're generating £1,000 a day profit, that's $1 million company in the making. $1,000 a day, I should say, for my US audience. I am mostly speaking to a US audience, by the way. Most of my audience is from my US TikTok. So just so you're aware, this completely applies to the US market. This is actually who I'm directly talking to right now. We focus on the US market, so that's completely fine. So if I ever say anything about pounds or whatever, don't be distracted by the fact that my British accent means that I only understand the UK TikTok market. That's not the case. We are all over the US market. So another thing I hear is I don't want to deal with logistics. That's another thing that TikTok shop affiliates, but I don't want to deal with logistics. Well, to which I would say pick a business model that doesn't require you to deal with logistics all that much. There are plenty of business models within TikTok shop that lets your supplier handle fulfillment for you, because once you integrate that supplier into your TikTok shop dashboard, they can handle logistics. And yeah, sure, maybe a month later, you can get stuck into the logistics side of things. Have you considered this? This is a business model that you can outsource. When you start a successful TikTok shop dropshipping business, let's say you go with dropshipping, okay? When you start running a profitable business, you can then switch to private label and hire a VA to handle your logistics for you anyway. The customer service, logistics, fulfillment, all you have to do is focus on marketing. And that's something that we teach within the Viral Circle. We show the importance of eventually outsourcing your business, maybe selling shares, getting a partner in to support you, okay? That people who can handle other parts of the business, like scaling on Amazon, or you can sell the business. You can handle multiple shops. When you say you don't want to handle logistics, what you're really saying is, respectfully, I'm in my comfort zone. I think that TikTok shop affiliates is enough to make the money that I want to make. Therefore, I don't need to pick up a new skill related to my industry, which that's confusing to me because you know the value of TikTok shop and you are refusing to pick up a new skill, which you know could separate you from the pack. You could have some far more intelligent conversations with brand owners and people in your affiliate circle if you knew and understood the back-end logistics of TikTok shop. You would be able to hold yourself accountable, hold brands accountable. And we use this word logistics like it's some kind of scary term. All it realistically means is getting your product to your customer on time. That's all it means, really. And TikTok shop wants you to do that anyway. Okay, it wants you to do that. So it will give you full support to ensure that that happens once you get an order. They don't want you to lose. They want you to win. They want that customer to get that product. So let's talk about what brand owners actually do and why this game, because it is a game, why this game is simpler than you think, potentially. So you're picturing warehouses and logos and customer service nightmares. That's outdated in this business model because TikTok shop have made this game watertight in terms of the guidance that they can give you in terms of getting that product to your customer on time. Folks, they don't want you to give your customer a negative experience, okay? The thing is, with TikTok shop, you can start with a white labeled product. You can start with a dropshipped business model. You can use fulfilled by TikTok. And you can keep doing the same content that you're already making. So let's just talk about a white label business model and fulfilled by TikTok. From as just a principle. I won't go through this technically speaking because you can look through my other content where I actually show you what TikTok FBT is and also setting up on TikTok. So I'm just going to say this as a principle. White labeling is where you are selling a generic product and it doesn't have your label on it. Okay, so this isn't white labeling. This is a private label brand. This has got my picture on it. But this phone charger, this could be a white label product because it doesn't have a label on it. Okay, so private label, white label. Okay, that's because there isn't a logo on this, but I can just source it and I can sell it through my shop. It's a generic product. This is not a generic product. So straight away, that can eliminate a lot of the trademark issues and the logistics issues and the back-end fulfillment issues that you may think you could face as a TikTok shop brand owner. Because when you have sourced that product and it's listed on your TikTok shop, whether you are drop shipping it or whether you buy stock up front, it's taken away a lot of, like I say, back-end confusion because TikTok can actually fulfill that item for you. That's right. When you send an item to TikTok's warehouses, as soon as the customer places an order, TikTok's warehouses will send the product out to them, which is great, isn't it? That means that it's basically FBA. So you know about fulfilled by Amazon, right? Well, we now have fulfilled by TikTok. So your stock is in TikTok's warehouses, and they will send it in a nice little box with the TikTok logo on it to your customer when they place an order. And TikTok wants you to use FBT because they are giving free shipping to you. And they, in return, they know they are comfortable that your customer is going to get their product on time. Ergo, the customer leaves a good review on your product, and it builds more and more trust in the platform. Okay? I can't emphasize enough that TikTok is massively pushing reputation right now, more than anything. Probably more so than profits, because it will pay themselves back in future in profits, okay? They are really pitting themselves up against the likes of Temu and Wish, right? All these other brands that sell cheap products with poor delivery times. They're really pitting themselves up against those brands. So what I'm saying is TikTok wants you to win as a creator, as a brand owner. Because the more reputation that is built with the customer on their platform, the more money everyone makes. So I just want to break to you the math that woke me up to this, okay? Let's say you do a 10K day as an affiliate, 10K GMV. You take home 1K commission. Tops, right? Usually it's 10% commission. As a brand owner, a 10K GMV day is at least, it's around 6K profit probably. It could be more or less depending on the products you're running, the skill of marketing, the cost of ads on that day. But people are out here doing 6K days, and they're not even moving that much products. 6K a day for a 10K GMV. It's not that much really. 10K days is not. That's good. That's a good revenue day, I suppose, but it's not crazy. 10K. You're capable of doing that. You've shown you're capable of doing that. I can tell from your dashboard from most of you. So every week you stay as an affiliate, you're giving away the majority of your income. It's crazy, really, isn't it? All that money you're generating, you are giving it away. Under the guise of what? People say that, oh, it's because the brand has the responsibility of fulfilling the product. Really? The brand is outsourcing the product fulfillment anyway. They have already sourced the products. They had to source it once. They had to source the product once, what, from China. You have to market it every day. They sourced it once. You are posting 10 times a day. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand the point of this video now? TikTok Shop as a seller is do it once, set it up once, and sell over and over and over again. TikTok affiliate is posting every day, so you have to do it over and over and over again. As a seller, other people are selling for you. And if you promote your own brand for yourself, then great. You're just going to take even more profit margins because you're not giving a 10% payout to affiliates. If you're running a brand and 80% of the revenue is from yourself, perfect. Fine. Because that's going to be something that you can sell, and it's also going to be something that you are taking more and more ownership of, because you don't have to pay affiliates to promote your brand, right? And if you are making loads of money for yourself as a brand owner, then at least you have the budget to hire affiliates. You can reinvest that into your own business. You can put 10 affiliates on a retainer. That's an option. And get the ball moving that way. Because to be honest, the most, like, the top brands that I see, they don't have that many creators. They have 50 to 100 creators on average. Then we have the outliers like Goalie, like I say, where they have about 1,000 creators promoting for them. But that's kind of crazy, really, because that means to be the number one brand on TikTok, you only need 1,000 people promoting your brand. So imagine if you just got 50 or 100. And as an affiliate, people know your face. You could probably find those people by reaching out to communities, the network of friends and friendship circles that you already have, right? There are ways and means of sourcing those people to promote your brand. And I just want to talk about why a lot of affiliates stay stuck. It's not because of laziness. Affiliates are not lazy. They're one of the hardest working digital creators that I see. And they get a lot of stick on this platform because the comments to call them sellouts. They say, oh, you couldn't sell water in a desert, and oh yeah, rent's got to be paid. They take a lot of heat. Us creators take a lot of heat. I say they because I'm not an affiliate anymore. I'm still a creator, okay? I upload for my brand every single day, but I call myself a creator now, not a brand owner. So you're still wearing the hat of the content creator, basically. You're not the CEO. You don't see yourself as a brand owner yet. What you have to do first is see yourself as a brand owner, someone who is worthy of owning that asset, and then just become it. So the identity comes first, and then you actually become a brand owner. You don't become a brand owner and then have the identity. You have to actually believe that you are capable of building something with your hands and your mind and your heart. If you don't have that mindset shift, then you will struggle to become a brand owner. You have to see yourself as a producer. And I don't just mean like a video producer. I mean a producer of assets, of products, supplying them and reselling that product. That's how you have to see yourself. You have to see yourself as top dog, okay? Not middle dog. Bottom dog is a consumer buying the product. Middle dog is affiliate. Top dog is brand owner. And when you associate yourself with top dog, that's when everything changes, really, because you understand that you are capable and worthy. And that's all that matters. I want you to switch from being an affiliate to an owner in 3 steps. You're going to pick a product that already works for you in your niche. You're going to look at the top converting affiliate videos, which you already do anyway, if you're doing research for your brand that you're already promoting as an affiliate. You're going to get supply, whether that be through a private label business model, which I can show. We show you how to do this. I've discussed this in my free course, which is on my channel. If it's not on my channel or you can't see it, I'm going to upload it very soon. Okay. And if you want support with this, we go through this in depth where we handhold you to those 5-6 figure months with a private label business. Drop shipping works completely fine as well, by the way. So you're going to get supply, add your TikTok shop to your account, okay? You're going to link your current TikTok shop affiliate account as a marketing account so you don't take commission from your own business. You're only going to be generating GMV. What I mean by that is when you start making sales from your affiliate account to your own shop, the commission will be set to 0 for yourself and it will just show GMV because you don't take commission from a business that you own. So just for those who have any questions about can I use my affiliate account and my audience to promote my shop, yes, you can and you should, because it will present you as an affiliate for your brand. It won't make you look like a brand owner. You see. So here is something that I would say to any affiliates doing 4 figures a month in GMV right now. That's right, just 1 to 10K roughly, okay? I would say to them, you've already proven that you can create demand, okay? The skill sets are in place. The only thing that is missing is belief. Belief will change everything. It's one thing to have an idea. You've probably had the idea that you want to be a brand owner, but you don't have the belief. And to be honest, when you believe you can become a brand owner, a successful brand owner, everything else falls into place. Everything. You can put your mind to this. I believe in you. You can. This business model, this venture, this adventure is nothing to do with just making money. This comes from belief. I know that you are capable. I know that you have the digital presence to pull this off. You are just like me, and I'm just like you. You're probably not any less intelligent than me. I know that's cliche. You hear that a lot from other gurus. They say things like, what do they say? You don't have to be really smart to pull this off. You just have to believe in yourself. It sounds cliche, but that's essentially what I'm saying here because it's true. You have to have an identity shift that is so severe and so prominent that it almost feels like an epiphany. And it's the same mindset shift that I experienced, like I say, in November last year. And it's almost to the day that I started this brand, and we've already done multi six figures by now. So if you want help with this, if this is something that you're serious about building, there's two things I can offer you right now. If you're here from my emails, you can go ahead and continue checking out my emails because we're going to go through this in depth on the webinar. If you haven't already signed up to the webinar, then go ahead and sign up. I will leave the link to this below. If you want to speed up the process and work with us, if you're an affiliate who's already generating sales, go ahead, check out the form that's below, fill it out. We will see if this is a fit for you. No obligations. Get to know you better, get to know your vision better, and we will build something with you. Because this opportunity is there for the taking, but only for people who want to take it. And I'm not doing this out of pity for creators. I'm not doing it out of pity. I'm doing it because I've had success for myself doing this, and now I know that I can multiply that 10-fold, 20-fold by helping other creators who are even better creators than me do the exact same for themselves. That's the best way that I can put it. I've done it for myself. I've had the satisfaction of doing it for myself. And now it's time for me to give back. Make a name for myself, okay? And give back and show people how they can do the same thing. And probably one day you'll be sat in the same spot, wherever you're sat right now, at the kitchen counter or your sofa or something, or wherever you usually film your TikTok shop videos. And one day I want you to say, man, just last year I was sat here promoting videos about ashwagandha gummies, and now I've got my own brand. That's crazy. That's what I want you to say 1 year from now. Because imagine if you went all in on this for 1 year straight. If you went all in on posting on TikTok for 1 year straight, imagine how much your life could change. And I'm not saying that you have to quit being an affiliate. Maybe you want to be a seller to just supplement your income, or this is just an itch that you need to scratch, or you need to see what you're made of, or if you want an adventure, or if you want to see how much money you can possibly make, how far you can push this. Because nobody has any guarantees with any business model anyway, okay? If this was a 100% guarantee that you would make money, everyone would do it, and then it wouldn't work for a start because it would become too saturated or something. I don't know. The people who win are the people who understand TikTok marketing, and that's you. You understand TikTok marketing, so you've got the best chance of sending this to the moon, basically. A lot of brand owners, man, they chat rubbish. They don't understand TikTok content. That's why they need creators. Look at the top brands on TikTok Shop. It's all creator-driven content. The brand doesn't generate a significant amount of sales, do they? If you look at the top brands, most of them are out here getting affiliates to do the dirty work. So all you have to do is find a few products that work well for you, that fit your vision, and you could send this. I'm telling you, you could make something of this. So if this is something that you want to do, book in a bloody call with us. Chat with us. We want to hear your vision. We want to see where you want to take this. And I've said my piece for now. I'm going to be sending this video to every affiliate who I come across who thinks they're not capable. By the way, if you also want a mini free guide on how to set up a TikTok shop, if you want a really condensed version of the technical aspects of this, just like a mini guide that's 10 pages long, comment the word guide and I'll send it to you as a reply with the link. But next steps for you, put in some time with us. Okay? We'll know that you'll hear from my YouTube video because we're only going to make this link available to people who are serious about taking action. If you're not sure what this is all about yet, then go ahead and sign up for our free webinar where we will go through setting up a TikTok shop and using some AI to make the process a whole lot smoother. But to be honest, the webinar is for people who don't know much about TikTok shop or they're just dipping their toes in. If you're an established affiliate and you're already doing like 4, 5, 6 figure month GMV, okay, book in a call. We'll make it worth your time. We'll look after you for the time that you're with us on the call. We'll give you some serious value and we'll share some things that we only share with people on a call. And we are committed to your success, and that's all I want you to understand. We are committed to your success. If you've got any questions, let me know. And we will meet in future, one way or another. Take care now, guys.